Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. 9-2, the Oilers defeat the San Jose Sharks to wrap up the home portion of the 2023-2024 schedule. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Oil Stream postgame show right here on EST, presented by GCL Diesel. Tom Gazzola, YouTube Trev with you. Matt Kassian on his way. GCL Diesel, Edmonton's diesel fuel system specialists and providers of critical engine components for over 50 years. Join the conversation. Get at us in the nasty chat if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening on your way home from that drubbing, text us 780-218-9999, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or YouTube. You can get at us as we break it all down tonight. The Oilers improve to 49-25-6. San Jose falls to 19-53-9, and they have to now wait for the last game of the year in Calgary until Thursday. That sucks. And the Oilers off to Arizona for the final game in Coyotes history, at least for now. This stuff about Morello getting an expansion franchise, a little bit ridiculous. We'll see if that actually happens. But this iteration of the Coyotes coming to an end Wednesday when the Oilers go to the desert, and then wrap things up on Thursday in Colorado against the Avalanche. We'll be live on location at Hudson's White Avenue. It's a listener watch party to close out the season. All right, without further ado, let's get into the scoring summary from this one. Tonight, Connor McDavid trying to get his 100th assist of the season. Banks it in off a Shark, his 32nd goal of the year. What did I tell you? His first shift, he would get some. I thought he was going to get the assist. He tried, but he got the goal. Darnell Nurse, the helper, his 20th assist of the season. 53 seconds in, the Oilers would add to the lead. Adam Henrique wins the faceoff. Brett Kulak takes a shot. It hits Henrique. Henrique smacks that rebound home, his 24th of the year. Kulak's 12th assist. 2-zip Oil at 4:01. Warren Foegele, he picks up his 18th goal of the season to make it 3-0 at 10:40. Leon Draisaitl, the helper on that one. Nice goal by Foegele. The second one, not as nice, but hey, they all count. Before the period was up, Dylan Holloway would convert his 5th goal of the year on a nice feed from Henrique. Darnell Nurse, the second helper, second apple of the game for Nurse, 21st of the season. 4-0 Oil after one. That goal by Holloway at 19:35 of the first. In the middle frame, Daniel Gushchin would cut the Oilers' lead to 3. His first goal from Bordelot, and it was an ugly goal. It was just a bad one. Stuart Skinner would definitely want back. That one coming at $1.58. That's as close as the Sharks would get because Foegele would bang home his second of the night, 19th of the season from Nugent Hopkins and Draisaitl. 5-1 Edmonton at 4:41 of the middle frame. Then it was going to be Corey Perry picking up his 12th goal of the year from Evan Bouchard and Dylan Holloway to make it 6-1. That goal coming at 10:11. Cody Cece's like, hey, that looks like fun. I'm going to do that too. He scores his 5th goal of the season from Henrique and Hyman to make it 7-1 at 13:18. Then Evan Bouchard at 13:49. Didn't really want to wait around. He wanted to score one. He gets his 18th goal of the year on a nice play by Corey Perry. Dylan Holloway, the second assist. Give Holloway a multi-point night. Good to see from the youngster. And before the period was up, yes, indeed, Connor McDavid picks up his 100th assist of the year, joining Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Bobby Orr as the only 4 men or 4 players in NHL history to put up 100 assists in a season. Nikita Kucherov sitting on 99 likely becomes the 5th. We'll see if he can get it done. That was Hyman's 54th goal of the year. Nurse, another assist, his 22nd of the season. 3rd of the night. 9-1 Edmonton at that point at 15:35 on the Hyman goal. Georgi Romanov making his NHL debut in relief of Devin Cooley gets the full McDavid experience on that one. The youngster started the year in Wichita of the ECHL. In the third period, you get a goal from the Sharks' leading scorer, Fabian Zetterlund, his 23rd goal of the year. Eklund and Granlund, the assist, 9-2 Edmonton at that point at 15:20. 29. Shots on goal in this one, 37-21 in favor of the Oilers. Face-offs, 58.5% to 41.5% in favor of the Oilers. The power play over because it didn't even get a chance. And then the PK goes 1 for 1. Hits 39-22 in favor of the Sharks. Block shots 17-8 in favor of the Sharks. Giveaways, the Oilers with 22, San Jose with 14. Takeaways officially 8 for Edmonton, 6 for San Jose. The final 9-2 Oil. They conclude their home schedule tonight, and the record at home winds up 28-9-4. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. All right, keep those texts coming in, 780-218-9999. Your thoughts on the game, your thoughts going into the last 2 games of the season. We want to hear from you, and then get to the nasty chat if you're watching on our EST YouTube channel. Smash the thumbs up button if you don't mind on your way in. Let's get Matt Kassian on here, our game analyst, to help us break down Edmonton's big win over the San Jose Sharks. Cass, I guess.
Yeah, not a lot to break down here, Tommy. Not so much Sharks as baby seals, and just an absolute drubbing. Wow. Whooping. Yeah, that did not go well for the poor San Jose Sharks. I mean, there was part of me heading into it where it's like, I wonder if the Sharks surprise them and come out and like play really hard and, are really fighting and battling and make it a tough one. And that went away pretty quickly to where it was just like, yep, this is over. This one's going to go by quickly. But Tommy, you know what my favorite thing was I loved that the crowd was into it the whole time.
Oh, I was going to say you loved Stuart Skinner playing the puck and not freezing it as much as possible.
That too. Yeah. The no penalties, refs completely putting away the whistle, just trying to get it done with as soon as possible.
Amen.
And you have to love Connor McDavid getting 100 assists. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I was getting popcorn when he did it, so I missed it.
Well.
Oh, well.
It's your own fault.
Yeah, I did it to myself. But there was a text that facetiously, I'm going to assume it was facetious, said that if the Oilers play like they did in the third period, they're going to be swept. I don't even want to entertain the silliness of that one. So I hear you, and I don't really agree. But that game was long over, and I hope to goodness sake that was a facetious text, because on a night like tonight, come on, Mike in Thunder Bay said. He basically hits it on the head here. He says, well, that was fun. I'm happy. What else is there to say? Good night, gentlemen. Mike in Thunder Bay. Get your rest. It's already past midnight in Thunder Bay. Let's go to Shaggy in St. Albert. Shaggy says, meaningless preseason game. 9-2 win versus last place Sharks. Other than McDavid getting 100th assist, don't play McDavid and Draisaitl for the last 2 games. Playoff performance is all that matters now. Stanley Cup, put up or shut up. Shaggy in St. Albert is not messing around. This one says, San Jose Minnows. That roster cast, like a couple of things. There's some young guys on the team, like Georgi Romanov making his NHL debut. Who was it that got his first goal there? It
was first goal this season. I don't think it was his first.
Gushchin, yeah. That was his third game.
His first of the season, first as the Sharks,
Yeah. So
yep. We do have some complaints coming in, although I am assuming it's sarcasm and facetious.
I hope so.
Jason Tosash, how do you put up 9 in 2 periods and somehow not even score in the third and even give up one?
Right?
Horrible. Unbelievable.
It was fan appreciation night. Lots of giveaways, including in the game.
Yep.
So, what else? Let's go to some more texts. Keep them coming in. Cal in the Park says, good evening, Tommy, Cass, and YTT. Biggest difference in tonight's game, Oil looked leaderless against Arizona and Vancouver. They were led by 97 for 2 periods. It was obvious. Cass, your thoughts? Cal in the Park with that one.
Yeah, well, hey, McDavid. It was McDavid as being a leader.
They were leaderless in the last 2 games.
I don't know. I don't know if they're leaderless. I don't know if they're leaderless without him, but you take the best player in the world and the team's not going to be the same. Right? Like, it's just not. Now they had the great game against Vegas, and then they struggled a little bit and couldn't really find their jam after that. But yeah, they're going to be a better team with him in the lineup. I hope they're a better team with him in the lineup. He's the best player in the world. So I don't want to say it's leaderless. I don't think it's them being leaderless, but you're without your captain and your best player. So yeah, you're not as good. And I mean, I don't think we can really use tonight as a barometer for anything. It's such a lopsided game that it's not really even fair to compare it to the past couple.
Yeah. And, I mean, you could just tell San Jose, they just want the season to be over. Yep. Yeah. The salt in the wound is they have to go to Calgary for 3 days before they get to play their last game. PU.
Well, they'll go, I'm sure they'll go on a nice little team bonding trip up the Calgary Tower. And really make a trip of it. So
whoop-de-doo.
Yep.
Maybe they go to Banff. I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually, it wouldn't surprise me. They'll probably go to Banff for a day. That'd be like the only redeeming thing, go hang out. I'm sure if I was there, it'd be, want to turn it into a spa day. If you're at the Banff Springs, go sit in the hot springs a little bit.
That'd be cool.
Try to let it go because, not fun. You just want the season to be over.
Yeah, exactly. Calgary Glenn chiming in says, "Evening, Jets. Not much to say about the game other than I'm glad McDavid was able to get his 100th assist at home, play out the rest of the season. No injuries. Knock on wood for oil country for sure." KL getting in on the action says, "Hey, Tommy, Cass, the Oilers looked like they were running at 70%, still absolutely dominated. Hopefully Skinner doesn't let in squeakers like that in the playoffs. LOL, Davo with the 100, and I am so ready for the playoffs. The only thing I'm looking forward to in the next two is to see how Broberg plays. LFG." That's with KL sending that in. And yes, just talking to some of the hockey ops in the press box tonight. It sounds like, and we've been talking about it on Oil Stream and all of our shows, that looks like they want to get Broberg in. So
yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. And
why wouldn't you?
I was talking to Keith Gretzky today, Cass, and he says Broberg's confidence is like sky high right now. That's got to be a good thing.
Which is good. It's good. And you want him in the lineup and for the next two games, and you want him to play. And you don't know if you might need him in the playoffs. It's possible that you do. So yeah, get him in there. It's good that his confidence is sky high. It's good that he's playing well. So yeah, throw him in the lineup. It's good to do. Yeah. Certainly good to do. He's not going to start playing games in the playoffs unless someone gets hurt, unless maybe a couple guys get hurt. But yeah, throw him in. You don't need everyone to play. You can give Nurse a night off. You can give Ekholm a night off if you need. You can give Bouchard a night off if you need.
Sure.
Throw Broberg in, throw Stetcher in and let some guys rest because you are playing a back-to-back. So yeah, the guys that are going to play heavy minutes, you could sit him one. No big deal. So yeah, it's good that he's playing well. Good that he'll be back in. I'm not holding my breath expecting a crazy ton. Not going to be clamoring, although I'm sure there will be some fans that will be clamoring for him to be in the lineup in the playoffs. He's not going to be, at least at the start, but it'd be good to get him in, get his legs underneath him a little bit again in the NHL.
Speaking of clamoring for young guys to get into the lineup, we've seen a little bit of that about Dylan Holloway and a couple points tonight. It was point night for the Oilers in this 9-2 victory, but Cass, like those that are clamoring for Dylan Holloway, what do you need to remind them?
Where is he going to fit in the lineup when Kane's back? He's a young player and he's played well in the last couple games, but has he done enough to unseat some of the regulars in the lineup? I don't know. Now, I will say, Tom, it has been interesting because he's worked really well with Terry McLeod. Yep. He's worked really well with them. And so he's given you a little bit to think about. But he's probably not starting in the lineup. And there's people that will freak out about that. But they're the same people that will freak out about developing prospects too fast and having them play in big, meaningful games too early. So, I don't think there's any winning with it with some people. But he's still, I would say, probably not gonna start the season or the playoffs on the roster.
Oh, well, he's playing well, and that's good to see. And depth, layers, having all of that. Having a young guy with confidence is very important as well. And today it was Evander Kane getting the night off. I'm going to read this one. What a handle. on this nasty chat member. Maple syrup skid mark. What a name. Do we think that Ekholm lost his crap on Vinny for that horrible pinch resulting in a goal? Obviously doesn't matter tonight, but can't make that play. Cass, what say you?
Yeah, he's not going to lose it on him. I mean, I think Vinny Desharnais knows better than anybody that was a mistake. Like I don't think that's one where you have to be like, hey man, you can't do that. Like it's you'd be playing a little Captain Obvious there to go and be like, hey, you can't do that. Like he knows he can't. Yeah, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
If you're going to make that type of mistake, this probably was the game to do it. But I'm not, Vinny hasn't given us, I would say, much cause for concern for bad pinches over the course of the season. Like that's, as far as I can recall, that's his first one. Now he's got beat. He's made turnovers. He's had, imperfect games. That's the first one that I can think of in a really long time where it's been like, yeah, he got caught with a horrible pinch. So I don't know. The Ekholm probably didn't say anything to it. If he did, he was just like, hey man, can't do it. And he was probably like, yeah, you're right.
My bad.
Can't do it. My bad. Won't do it again. Yeah, that's akin to me trying to toe drag once and getting the one finger over by Mike Yeo going, never do it again. Like, yeah, I know. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Don't have to tell me, and don't have to tell me multiple times. I understand.
Yeah. Sorry, coach. Okay, whoops. Let's go to whoops. Chief Andy says the lines were near perfection tonight. Where does Kane fit back in? Do you want me to take this one, Cass?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, where Dylan Holloway played tonight. That's where he fits back.
Boom.
In. That's it. Simple as that. Pettis Pancakes texted in via the nasty chat, said tonight was a sing along to the song type of game. Yes, it was. And there was a lot of singing along by the crowd, and rightly so. I think there was a wave pretty early on. Rightly so. The game was well out of reach for the San Jose Sharks. Another text came in that said, and it's from Kelvin, pardon me. Still have a shot at first overall if the Nucks lose out. Yes, the Oilers would have to run the table. Vancouver would have to lose out in their last two games for Edmonton to take first. But it's still possible. Buzz in Nebraska says, let's replay Tommy after the Sharks loss in October. Yeah, I wrote this season off.
Yeah, me too.
They were terrible that night.
Yep.
Terrible.
Yep, it was bad. Tommy, it is shocking that they have come as far as they have from that point. I mean, I thought, I was like, playoffs are done. They're like 9 or 10 points back from LA, like 11 or 12 points back from Vegas, like 15 or 16 points back from the Vancouver Canucks. I am like, there is no way. Yep. There is no way. Maybe a wild card if they play really well the rest of the way. And they just completely
shoved it in our faces.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm happy they did.
Yeah.
I'm happy they did. It's made it so much more fun. And
I love covering the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and it's so much better. And I'm thankful that they did. But yeah, we were what a change of fortune since then. Pretty crazy.
It is the Oil Stream postgame show presented by GCL Diesel. Cards texted in. I'm looking at this. And Cards says, hey, have you guys had a chance to look at Mike Commodore's Masters rankings on Twitter? I just clicked on his profile, and he says, folks, what a night at the NHL Masters. Unreal. There's a lesson to be learned here. If you want to make birdies, you have to be disciplined. 0 penalty minutes. And everybody except for Klim Kostin on the Sharks was a minus tonight. Oh my goodness. And Kyle Burrows and Mark-Edward Vlasic led the charge at -4. Yeah. And you got a bunch of guys at 3 under, a whole bunch at 2 under, and a bunch of guys at 1 under. Kostin even. If you're going, well, how long did Kostin play tonight? What was his ice time like? Let's take a look, shall we? Klim he played 18:01, so good on him for picking up a shot, 2 hits, and not being on for any Oilers goals tonight.
It's tough to do. It's tough to do in a 9-2 ripper. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you've dealt with a 9-2 ripper in your NHL career, but what are they doing, the San Jose Sharks, tonight? Like,
You are eating your slice of pizza.
Yeah.
You are getting on the bus. You are going to the plane. You are probably going to have an adult beverage or two on the plane because you're going to hop on the bus in Calgary. It's going to be a short flight. You were probably saying 5 words and you're just sitting there and you're just daydreaming about sitting in the hot springs or riding up the elevator in the Calgary Tower and just the glorious views that you will have.
I love that.
But you seriously, Tom, you're just like, well, that sucked. Like what you're not going to get ripped on. Mike Greer isn't going to come down as the GM and just tear you a new one for getting beat 9-2. It's just kind of like, well, we're almost done. So that just happened. Like, just have a drink and go to bed.
There was one traveling media outside of team broadcasters with the Sharks today.
Yeah.
He's not asking much at all.
No.
Yeah.
So tell me, what were your thoughts on tonight's game?
No, they're going to talk about Georgi Romanov, him playing his first game.
Yep.
And then just closing out the season. Like I've been on those plane rides at the end of terrible seasons, not like this bad, but bad ones when the Oilers were finishing 30th, 28th and all that. And yeah, Cass, I'd have a very, very stiff vodka soda with a lime waiting for me at my seat on the charter. And sometimes I'd sneak in 2 or 3 and take a to-go cup as well. So those were painful ones. That's for sure. Okay, let's go back into the text line. Coach Mike texted, says, honestly think Skinner could have used an extra night off. No benefit in him starting tonight. Coach Mike with that one. What do you think of that? It was Calvin Pickard's birthday today. I heard he got a treats of pizza from DQ, which was really nice of his teammates to pick up for him. But should this have been a Pickard start and on his birthday and all of that, or what?
I thought so. And then you start Skinner one of the two, and he gets a good chunk of rest heading in, but not overly rusty. Now, I mean, maybe they look at it and they go, okay, well, he's going to play one of the two on the weekend. And, maybe Stuart Skinner wanted to play. They've rotated them decently the last couple games. So, I mean, I was a little surprised by it. I would assume that it was Stuart Skinner's call, where they probably said, hey, do you want to play or do you not want to play? And he probably said, yeah, I want to play, and decided to go. That is my assumption. Because it was again not shocking, but it was a little surprising. I thought Pickard was going to start today for sure, but you know what? Pickard's going to take one of the two. Skinner's going to take one of them, and then the playoffs start. So I don't know. It's not like Stuart Skinner was heavily taxed today, so it's not like it was an exhausting game where they're in the entire time and his legs are burning and he's sucking wind for the whole of the game. So it was kind of an easy one for him.
Yeah, and he got the memo to keep the clock ticking because he was moving that puck really well. Veteran move. C-Mac texting in says, hey, remember the young Oilers being on the opposite side of this in the decade of darkness? Hoping the young Sharks learned a few things. 100 assists, a lot of role players getting their ice time and cookies tonight. Rest up, stay healthy, get to the playoffs already. That one from C-Mac. Good messaging there, absolutely. Liquid Beaver says, hey, boys, what do you think about the Oilers playing Vegas in the first round? Personally, I'd rather them play in the first round while the team is mostly healthy. Also won't give much time for Stone to get into a groove and Pietrangelo to get back in. Your thoughts, please. Sign the Liquid Beaver. Cass, after you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair thought, I think, to say that, Vegas might be better in the second round if they make it through to the second round than in the first round. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I still like how they match up against LA. So I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So do I. I like something about, like, you get to a certain point and this Oilers team feels like it's making its way up there. You get to a certain point where you don't really care who your opponent is. You know what I mean, Cass? And you just you bulldoze through. Like,
well, I think that's mentally where they're at, and it's a good place to be, where it's just like, we don't care who we play. We know it's going to be a battle either way. It's not going to be easy either way. We just got to go out and beat them. And I think that's the mindset you take into it. Again, I think there's I don't want to say it's empty to say that Vegas could be a lot better in the second round than they are in the first. Once those guys have a chance to get their legs underneath them, it's a fair comment. But if you're the Edmonton Oilers, I just don't think you care right now. You're still just thinking about yourself, worried about what you're going to do, and worried about playing well, and just kind of like, well, who cares what they do? Who cares what they have? Let's just go play our game.
Right. Well, you know what, though? When we get around to the playoffs, we'll get into the minutia of the upcoming series, and that's part of the fun too, and the matchups and the historical, look backs and stuff like that. That is the build up, and we love it. But yeah, I think for the Oilers, it's straight ahead, beat whoever's in front of you. And Draisaitl said it the other night. He's like, we know we can beat anybody that we face, and we've beaten them in the regular season, all the teams, and they've beaten the Oilers. So, and we keep saying it's going to be a good battle regardless. Yeah. But I understand, and we'll get into all of that. And we're going to have a lot of days. Cass, by the way, everybody at the rink today, it's Monday that the Oilers are playing, by the way. So we know it's Monday. I like this one from Don. Don in Edmonton says, good evening. My goodness, let's just enjoy the win on Fan Appreciation Night. Positive vibes, folks. Don from Edmonton, thank you for that reminder, Don. Positive vibes. Very good. Okay, I like this one from Paul. Paul says, my dad was complaining about, quote unquote, lack of effort in the third with a facepalm emoji. A buddy of mine was asking why they couldn't play like this against Vancouver. Facepalm emoji. I was laughing at these comments like, guys, San Jose is focused on hopes of a first overall pick while Van is most likely taking first in the Pacific. Thanks, from Paul. Paul, I appreciate the facepalm emojis after the two statements. Well played. Lack of effort in the third, cast. What say you?
I mean, like, the foot was off the gas, and rightly so. Like, yeah. They didn't need any effort in the third, Tommy. No. It was over. It was over. It was over in the first, but it was more over in the third. And it was just, no. Like, what? You want them to try to run up the score and just start a whole bunch of stuff and try to rub it in San Jose's faces and be like, yeah, you guys really suck. Now you're like, we're going to try to score again and put all our best guys out and double shift McDavid and Draisaitl and stack them on one line. Like what? No. Facepalm is the right reaction.
I love the double facepalm. Yeah. Great text, Paul. Appreciate that very much. All right, one more here, and then we'll take a look ahead, and then we'll say adieu to Cass for a solid night's effort. The Wolf says, I'm sorry, you guys. Vinny's goal against was obviously my fault because I was yelling from section 209 that he needed to shoot and or carry the puck more. I'll take that as my bad.
I thought he was gonna say he was trying to start the wave.
Oh my! The other wave had no effect, but thankfully he did not. But yeah, he was the Wolf. That one's all on you. Could have been 9-1. How dare you? How dare you? All right, Cass. Oilers in Arizona to face the Coyotes. Last game for the Coyotes before they move to Salt Lake City. What is the focus, or how do you approach this one? Give us a little bit of a tidbit into what we anticipate from the Oilers on Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, hey, the focus is don't get hurt. That's going to be a focus. Yep. Realistically, it's going to be play your bottom six a ton. Get some of the young guys in the lineup, play them a ton, and actually be ready for Arizona to push a little bit. If this is their last game there, they're going to want a good showing for the 1,000 fans that Mullen Arena holds, but they're going to want to make it good. So, really, Tom, it's try not to let any bad habits sneak in, and let the young guys play. That's it. That's the focus.
I had friends in Phoenix message me asking me to help them get tickets because they've tripled in price since the announcement that the Coyotes or since word leaked that the Coyotes are on the move to Salt Lake City. And I was like, that's adorable. I have no chance of getting you any of those tickets. But yeah. So anyway, Oilers and Coyotes, Wednesday night, last game for the Coyotes. And like Cass said, in the little kids arena, which is it's such a bad look, but Yeah, on to bigger and better for the Arizona Coyotes in Salt Lake. And Cass, on to Wednesday for us here at the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. My friend, great work as always. I'll talk to you then.
Sounds good.
There you go. There's Matt Kassian, our game analyst, breaking down Edmonton's 9-2 victory over the San Jose Sharks. I should add as well, portions of this hour brought to you by the good folks at 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Catch Dusty Nielsen with Yukon Jack and Scott McCord weekday mornings, and then tune into Jess Jackson on your way home from work every afternoon. Edmonton's best rock, 100.3 The Bear. Let's get YouTube Trev in here. You surviving over there, Trev? What's going on?
Am I surviving? Yes, of course I'm surviving. Tommy, how we doing tonight? How we doing, Nasty Chat? This is awesome. What a great way to finish the season on home ice with a very nice, just chill, convincing 9-2 win over the San Jose Sharks. So much to like about tonight's game, Tommy. And yeah, like as far as the people saying they pushed, like they didn't really apply any pressure in the third, like come on, what are they going to do? It's kind of one of the unwritten rules, I feel like. You don't want to run up the score on the last place team in the NHL. Like it's just not a good look. Yeah, there's a lot to like. I thought Adam Henrique was exceptional on the first line tonight. We talked about it. It was going to be interesting to see what that would potentially look like, and that's an option, albeit it is the Sharks, but hey, they capitalize on like all their opportunities, so it looked really good. They were whipping that puck around like crazy. Henrique and Hyman, there was that one play. It was a cross crease, like it was just tic-tac-toe, and it would have been such a satisfying goal. I thought the second line as well looked really good, obviously. Fogel was looking for that Hattie. He came oh so close.
Hit the post.
Yeah, he did, and just shout out to his shot. Like that's one thing that's really impressive. You see it when Evan Bouchard, when he rips it, they show it's like 90+ miles an hour or whatever. But like Warren Foegele, he's wrist, like these are all wrist shots for the most part, like a wrist shot, snapshot, and his one shot was clocked in at like 91 miles an hour, which is like for a wrist shot, like that's insane. That's really impressive. Yep. So I thought Nuge was skating exceptionally well tonight, and just Holloway, McLeod, Perry, just all lines, Tommy. It was so just. It was a convincing win, but all the lines were just doing what they were supposed to do, and it was incredible to watch. And like I said, it is the San Jose Sharks, so but it still was impressive to watch. They certainly we've seen at times they haven't shown up for, and it's pretty well the same roster that they have that was in tonight that they lost to when we called off the season, Tommy. So it's just it's crazy to think that here we are now, and they finished the game. They finished the season on home ice on a good note, I'd say.
I would say so too. This is the Oil Stream post-game show brought to you by GCL Diesel, proud suppliers of genuine OE products from manufacturers like Bosch, Denso, Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset. Check them out, GCL Diesel. Let's take a quick look around the National Hockey League. Trev, you can stay up there for a bit if you want. Looks good.
Sounds good, buddy.
Two's a party. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Detroit, 5-4 winners in OT over Montreal. Remember, Trev, on the pregame show, they were down 4-1, and they claw their way back. They will wrap up their season against Montreal, and they are still on the outside looking in of the wild card spot. They have 89 points. Tied with Washington, who won as well. And the Caps have one game remaining. And I think it's against Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. So they win 2-0 over Boston. Washington does. And they hold on to the second wildcard spot. New York Islanders, 4-1 winners over the New Jersey Devils at Prudential Center. Pittsburgh, 4-2 winners over Nashville. Buffalo picks up a 4-2 win in Tampa. Kucherov got his 99th assist in that game, but not the 100th. McDavid does beat him to it. The Rangers, 4-0 winners over Ottawa. That was their 55th win of the season. And then Minnesota beats LA 3-1. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard as we wind down the NHL's regular season. I'm just taking a look here to see where Washington is in Philly to close out the year. Philly pretty much done. Now they were in that. They were third in the division, had it, and then went on an absolute brutal stretch. 2-6-2 in their last 10, despite winning their last two. They have 87 points. They're done. The best they could do, obviously, 89. So they can play spoiler for Washington if they win in regulation and Detroit takes care of business against Montreal. Or if Detroit loses in regulation to Montreal and Washington loses in regulation, but Pittsburgh wins its last game, the Pens, by a miracle, would get into the postseason. All right. We have some post-game audio and video to get to.
Yes, we do. Connor McDavid is ready. Obviously, he got his 100th assist tonight. So let's hear from the captain now.
Players that have done that in this game. There's been a lot of players playing this for a long time. What does maybe that part of it mean to you? You're in a small list.
Yeah, you know what? It means a lot. Those three obviously are three of the greatest players to ever play, and to share, I guess, something with a little something with them. It means a lot to me. But obviously, just thankful for my teammates, the staff here in Edmonton, coaches, and everybody. But I feel very, very grateful for our staff here in Edmonton and all the players here. It's been a different type of year, and but everybody's stuck with it, and we put ourselves in a good spot heading into when it matters most.
Was it fitting to do it on a goal by Zach?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Zach and I have played lots together. And he's had such an incredible year, and we've both benefited from playing with each other, and that was I guess it was fitting. Yeah.
At what point does an accomplished shot like this set in? Did it set in on the bench there where people were?
It always, for me, it always sets in when you hear the crowd and you hear the support from the fans. And the reaction from your teammates, I would say that too. To see, the reception from my teammates, and that's I guess when it sets in. Yeah.
Wayne did it 11 times. It's impressive.
That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, just casual 100 assists every year. So that's why he's the greatest of all time. And yeah. Can I catch him? Like I said, we got some more important things to deal with, right now.
Can I ask you one about assists, because you're always very team-oriented, but was there sort of a time during the stretch of the season where you thought, I'm not saying you wanted to get there, but you thought that maybe I could get there, or did it ever kind of cross your mind?
You know what? It was not something that I don't think you ever set out and say, oh, I want to do this. It was kind of just happened naturally, and had that weird stretch where I didn't score any goals, but had a bunch of assists, and that was kind of when I was made aware of it, and like I said, not something that you set out to do or whatever. It's just a product of playing with some really good players, playing on a good team, and putting in a lot of hard work.
How do you feel the team is now? 2 games left, but now it's the focus is playoffs.
Yeah, of course it is. And it was even tonight. I like that we did things the right way. I didn't think guys were cheating. I didn't think guys were getting above pucks or flying by or doing any of that stuff. We give up 2 goals, but I liked a lot of things about our game.
Yeah, so did a lot of people, especially Oilers fans. There's Connor McDavid. He does join Lemieux, Gretzky, and or as the 4 players to reach 100 points in a season. Nicely done, DVD, asking him if he could catch Wayne doing it 11 times. Well played. McDavid, a goal and an assist, +3. 3 shots, 2 hits, 15.43 time on ice, 14.3% on the dot. Adam Henrique took the majority of the faceoffs on that top line for the Oil tonight. A couple of nasty chats. I see Spanky Dufresne in there. Says, was there this much emotion when Atlanta left? I don't recall. Nope, Spanky. There was not that much emotion. The team was sunk by the owner, and they just kind of whittled away and died in the offseason, and Winnipeg happily welcomed them in. And they weren't in that city for 27 years like the Arizona Coyotes were. Yeah, 28, because Arizona got there in 96, moving from Winnipeg. It was nice of Henrique and Hyman to let McDavid have the puck for a bit, too, eventually, says Rip City Step. Ooh, Taylor from Indiana says, hey, Trev, with a little heart. That is adorable. And then Neil Garrity says, nice to get 5 points from the third pair, who also logged the most minutes. Crazy. And let's go to the inbox really quickly here. So this one says, it's from Nook. Hey, boys, good game. Way to go on McDavid. His name is etched with the Giants. Everyone complaining about the third, but they had 9 goals. They went video game mode trying to get Fogle the Hattie and Desharnais trying to solo rush the goal. But honestly, you're up 7. Go for it. The real convo is Vegas Golden Knights in the first round. Minnesota beats the Kings, so Vegas first round likely. Good win anyway, guys. Close it out and on to the playoffs, says Nook. Nook, thanks for the text. Appreciate it. All right, let's go back inside the Oilers locker room. Trev, who's up next?
Yeah, he's been riding shotgun with Connor McDavid all season long. Tonight was no different as he got his 54th goal. Let's go to Zach Hyman.
Zach, about Connor, his passing, what do you think makes him such a great passer?
I mean, he's always a threat, I think. He creates so much time for himself with his speed that you often get odd man rushes, whether it's 3-on-2s or 2-on-1s, and then he's really deceptive, with his ability to change an angle on a pass, to make a saucer pass. Really hard for the D to defend a guy who moves that fast and can stick handle the way he does as well, and then make plays. So I think he just does all those things, and he makes the right read so many times. It's just it's fun to play with.
Does it feel getting to give 100 assists?
It's special to be a part of that moment, obviously. We've scored that type of goal a bunch this year, so fitting that I guess that was the way. And yeah, just to be a part of it's pretty cool. You're part of history. Only 3 other guys have done it, so and those guys are pretty special players. So pretty cool company.
When it happened, you guys were trying to be respectful of the Sharks, right? There wasn't a lot of celebrating after goals. It almost looked like you shoved him down the handshake line to give high fives to the guys, but maybe that's just part of his makeup. He was subtle in his celebration.
Well, I don't know if he was going or not, but I wanted to make sure he did, because it's. Even though it was the 9th goal, it doesn't matter. Like that's just like a historic moment, right? It's a milestone that only 3 other guys have gotten to, and those 3 guys are Hall of Fame, once-in-a-lifetime players, right? So to be in that kind of company is pretty cool and special and doesn't happen often. So I think he deserved to have his moment there, and regardless of what the score was.
Just want to ask you about the team, because everyone was so happy when you got to 50. Everyone just seemed like they were so happy when he got to 100. Like every milestone, it's almost celebrated more by the team around it than maybe the person that reaches it, I guess. Is that what just says about the camaraderie of this group?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you hit a milestone like that, like when I had 50, it's exciting, but it's more exciting to see the reactions of everybody else and how excited they are for you. I think that's the best part about hitting a milestone is it takes so many guys around you to help you get to that, whatever milestone it is. It's obviously it's an individual milestone, but really it's a team milestone because there's so many guys who have helped you along the way. For Connor, there's these 100 plays he had to make that somebody had to score for him to get to that point, and obviously he's phenomenal in setting that up. Probably could have a few more, but so I think everybody's just so thrilled to be a part of it, and he's a guy who again doesn't celebrate every milestone he hits because he hits so many. So this one extra special. I think everybody was aware of it, and you could see everybody just really enjoy seeing him do it.
All right, that is the always well-spoken Zach Hyman scoring his 54th goal of the season. Hyman also picked up an assist, +3, 2 penalty minutes, 2 shots, 1 hit, 15:52 time on ice. Trev, we go inside the Oilers locker room one more time. Who's up?
Yeah, we got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the queue. Here he is.
All of this ride with Connor, what does this one maybe mean in the big picture of things you've seen him do?
It's probably the hardest one that he's accomplished. I mean, it's you can't really be surprised with the things that he does every year, but I mean, amazing accomplishment for the year. You probably didn't think it was possible for it to happen this day and age, but I mean, he keeps surprising you. So yeah, amazing accomplishment. Very proud of him.
It almost seems like there was a point this year where he joked that I'm only going to pass the puck from now on. But was there a point in the year where everyone said, "Hey, this is the thing"?
I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. I think he went on a roll there where it was about 10, 15 games where he kept racking them up, and then all of a sudden it was possible. Yeah, I guess at that point. But before that, I mean, you don't really think about it. You think it's pretty far out of reach. I mean, but obviously, crazy he was able to get it done, and yeah, I mean, he's like I said, he just keeps surprising you. And I mean, last year, I mean, 60 something goals, and this year 100 assists. I mean, definitely hard to kind of come up with enough to say about it, but definitely happy for him, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of the ride.
He's so humble about his accomplishments. He doesn't like talking about himself very much, but how does the team feel when he does reach a milestone? Obviously, you guys are all over.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting for us to be a part of it, to get to see him on a day-to-day basis. It's not just in a game; it's in practice, dominating every practice, and pushing us to get better, and to work harder in practice and translate to the game.
Lost in that shuffle was Dylan Holloway in his first 3-point game of his career. What has he brought to the team since being called up back up?
Yeah, I mean, Diller's a horse. I mean, he's strong on the puck. He can make plays, and great skater. So I mean, tonight to see him get rewarded for going to the right spots and making some really nice plays is always nice to see.
Can you feel this team stealing itself to prepare for kind of what's coming around, the different little portions of your game that you need to have in order or into focus?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We know we're 2 away here from the real deal, so it's obviously we got to prepare the right way, and that's mentally, physically. But I thought tonight, I mean, obviously you get up a few, it's easy to kind of stray away from your game and just kind of mosey on through. But I thought we did a good job of having guys coming back and working for each other and playing the right way and building the right habits.
There's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picking up an assist, +1, 3 shots, 15:05 time on ice, 100% on the dot. In the Oilers' 9-2 victory over the San Jose Sharks. All right, for a chance to win playoff tickets, get ready here because it's time for the big save of the game presented by Christopher Boyle, business owner, tax saver. Christopher Boyle strategically works with both businesses and families with strategic planning and risk management. Like a goalie, protecting the net, shielding your paycheck from unforeseen events like illness or hospitalization, and ensuring your family's financial stability in the face of unexpected circumstances. For a chance to win playoff tickets, scan the QR code in the corner of your screen if you're watching. But if you're listening, you can still get in on the action. Visit ChristopherBoyle.net/postgame show. ChristopherBoyle.net/postgame show to enter for a chance to win playoff tickets. So without further ado, Trev, what is our big save of the game, brought to you by Christopher Boyle?
Yeah, Tommy, thanks for that. So it's a little bit of a toss-up, not going to lie. There was a really nice glove save that Stuart Skinner made in the first period, breakaway on Giovanni Smith, 7 minutes in, or no, sorry, that was into the second. He makes up for that bad goal. But I think I'm going to go with the cross crease 2 minutes into the third on Colin Graff. Have you heard that name? I don't know if I have, but
I believe Rashog looked at me and said, "Who the hell's Colin Graff?" at one point.
Yeah.
And then I followed that up when he asked me. I said, well, just tell me a little bit about Daniel Gushchin first.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Right.
So it was an absolute save on elite goal scorer Colin Graff. I'm just joking, but yeah, it was a really good save. It was pretty solid cross crease save. It was good. So that's what I'm going for, the big save of the game. Stuart Skinner, he had 2 pretty solid saves, but I think the second one was a little bit nicer, a little bit more challenging. So that would be the save of the game. That'd be Stuart.
Yes, nicely done, YouTube Trev. Big save of the game presented by Christopher Boyle. We're going to leave that QR code. I almost said barcode. Oh, showing my age. QR code will stay up on the screen for a couple more seconds, and scan it, and then follow the prompts to enter to win playoff tickets. And then if you are listening, go to ChristopherBoyle.net/postgame show for your chance to win playoff tickets. Playoffs starting on Monday for the Edmonton Oilers. All right, we do have one more bit of audio and video to get to. It is the head coach, Chris. What?
Sorry, just grabbing it right now,
What?
Tommy. Just grabbing it right now.
I give you all this time.
It was very hectic 1 minute there, Tommy. I didn't, and it's like an 8-minute video, so it would have taken like 4 minutes to export. So
how much time do you need?
I need like 2 minutes, if that's okay.
It's okay. We're going to go to some text. 780-218-9999. Tom Gazzola, YouTube Trev with you. The Oilers 9-2 winners over the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks close out their season in Calgary on Thursday. Woof. And then the Oilers get it going again on Wednesday night in Arizona, and then Thursday night in Denver against the Colorado Avalanche. And we will be on location for the last listener party at Hudson's White Avenue of the regular season. And then we are on location every game during the playoffs with Hudson's. We'll be starting at Hudson's West Edmonton Mall for games 1 and 2. Games 3 and 4 will be at the White Avenue location, pre and post game. I'll be there, and some of the fellows will probably be stopping by as well. But the listener parties are a ton of fun. Okay, let's go back inside the inbox before we go to the Oilers locker room. Let's go to Andrew in London, Ontario. Not much to say about tonight. Their play below the dots and puck movement is so good. Scary combination for whoever has to deal with it. In a week, they move their feet. It's game over. That simple. Knights up 2-0 on Kitchener. Andrew in London, Ontario. This one comes in. It says, hey, boys, if Van wins or gets a point tomorrow, do we possibly sit McDavid and Draisaitl and Stu and let them get amped for the playoffs? I think regardless of if Vancouver gets that point and locks down first, I think we're going to see McDavid and Draisaitl dialed back Wednesday and Thursday. Kind of like tonight where they only played like 15 minutes, and we'll probably see a lot of the third and fourth line. And then a couple of guys, the guys who were nicked up will probably be the ones sitting out. So today you saw Vander Kane. Earlier, Chris Knobloch talked about that being maintenance. I think those are the guys that will get the precedence to take the nights off, as opposed to guys who are healthy like McDavid and Draisaitl. Although they're saying McDavid's healthy now, he's good to go. That's what I would think, unless they really, really think McDavid needs some more rest. So that's how I feel they will go with this. And then a guy like Desharnais could sit for Stetcher. Maybe you want to sit Matthias Ekholm to get Broberg in, something along those lines for sure, as the Oil close up the regular season. And unlikely that they pick up first in the division. It's still possible, but very, very slim hope. Let's go to this one. Reno says, tonight's win was nice, but it was against an inept Sharks team. The true test was last Saturday. That was against Vancouver. Again, they lost without McDavid. All right, this one goes simply, we seen history, dickheads. Let's go, Oil. Love those texts. Well done. And another text says, Diller. Awful nickname. Yeah, you would think. Nook says, New Tom is slipping. I agree. I agree. Are you ready, New Tom? Did I buy you enough time?
I'm not slipping. It's tough. It's very stressful back here, okay? So leave me alone. I'm just joking. But we are ready to hear from Chris Knobloch. Here he is after the 9-2 win.
Assists for Connor McDavid. You look at the list, and it's such a short list of guys that have done it, and he's ended up joining that list.
Yeah, incredible. You look at the players who've done it, Hall of Famers, beyond Hall of Famers, the best of the best, and now he's part of that list. We thought he got it immediately on that first goal, and I guess it was, an indirect goal for him. But obviously the organization, all the players are extremely happy for him. Here's a guy that works so hard, puts team first all the time, and just to have another accomplishment to his resume. We're very happy for him.
He's just such a humble guy, and he doesn't like to talk about himself. He doesn't like to talk about his accomplishments, but the team seems very excited for him. I guess, does that say something about the team? Because they were excited when Zach got 50. They're excited when he gets 100.
Yeah, no, I've known Connor for a while, coaching him in junior and here, and it's always been the same. He's always been very humble, wanting the attention go to his teammates. And don't get me wrong, he likes the drive in him to be the best all the time, but he gets embarrassed if you flatter him with compliments. He'd rather direct those to his teammates. And again, the team's extremely happy for him and very proud of him.
Lost in all the McDavid excitement was a few key performances from some of your depth guys. Warren Foegele's 1 away, 20 goals, which is a big milestone for him. And Dylan Holloway got his first 3-point game of his career. Just some thoughts on some of the performances from those two.
Yeah, I thought everyone played a really good game, and those guys, it's nice to see those guys get rewarded with some offense, some goals and assists. Dylan and Warren were, two of the guys that sometimes you just benefit from being in the right place and maybe not having a great game and getting on the score sheet a few times, but their game all around was really solid, making plays and skating. I thought our team skated really well and played with a lot of speed. So, but again, we're happy that Connor obviously hit that milestone. That's the biggest thing, but it's nice to see those depth guys get some offense too.
Chris, as you kind of round out your game before the playoffs, what do you take from a game like this? Is it tough to really evaluate as a coach?
Yeah, it is. You've got a team that's struggling this year, and at the end they don't have a lot of push, and I thought we played a good game, but it's not a game against first round matchup, whether it's Vegas or LA or whoever that might be, and so. Yes, I thought we played really well, but we're playing against a team that's not making the playoffs, and we don't want any false hope.
And a broad strokes question, not really pertaining to this game, but why does the Ekholm-Bouchard pair work so well? How do they do their thing?
I think you just have two extremely good hockey players, and they read off each other. I think the biggest thing any defenseman, I think, that doesn't get enough attention is how well you move the puck out of your zone. Most of the times that you get into trouble is turning the puck over, not getting into the forward's hands, and then you're in a position to defend. And when they are in a position to defend, they are good at that. But I think what really sets them apart is their puck movement.
All right, that was Chris Knobloch talking about his team's win, talking about Connor McDavid, talking about his team in general, and he's got to be satisfied with a nice 9-2 win over the San Jose Sharks tonight as the Oil close out their regular season home schedule. And you're going, hey, Tom, how good are the Oilers at home this season? Well, they wrapped up with a 28-9-4 home record, and right now they have a 21-16-2 road record. And they're going to look to improve that when they take on the Arizona Coyotes on Wednesday. A couple of texts here really quickly. Emma Terry just loving YouTube. Trev says, be nice to my buddy YTT. YTT is the up-and-coming guy. Don't be too forceful there, Tommy. I'm sorry, Trev. Was I too mean? I'm very, very sorry.
Let's go.
Are you crying?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know my mic was on. I was saying, yes, let's go. No, Emma Terry. Yeah, absolute beauty. He's
got your back.
He does have my back. He's actually been very nice, as with a lot of the nasties, actually. So let's go, Emma Terry. And it's okay. Tom and I we've got something special. We got a cool connection blossoming here. So it's all fun, right? It's all love and games, right?
I think so. I'm having a great time.
That's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Oilers, 2 more games remaining. Big win tonight. What are you looking for, Trev, going into Wednesday and Thursday, pal?
I forget whose text it was. They said it earlier. You guys had mentioned it, but I'm really looking forward to see what Philip Broberg has to display. It's been a while since we've watched him. I think his last game was against the Dallas Stars, if I'm not mistaken, and he did this he had a terrible read one night, and I was actually at that game, and then I'm pretty sure that was his last game on the season. So, and that was very early on. But you were saying that he's playing with a boatload of confidence right now, and it kind of shows on the stats or the score sheet that he's on HockeyDB actually. Like he's been doing really good. A really quiet season, I think, but he's chipping in. He's got a lot of apples. Speaking of apples, Philip Broberg, he's doing really good. good. So I'd like to see that, and rest the big guys, Tommy, and let's. I think Cass said it best. Don't get into any bad habits. Play smart, and just I'm excited. But I honestly, as far as the Coyotes game, really meh. Show up kind of thing. I'm just ready for playoffs. Let's get this thing going. I guess I'm more so looking forward to. I'm kind of just fast forwarding it, kind of like when the Oilers faced the Coyotes this week. I'm like, let's just bring it to the Canucks game, and as for this week, I'm like, let's just bring it to the Avalanche game. I think there's a lot more to look forward to in that one. And so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to seeing. And just the new guys stepping in. I thought Holloway was great. Keep an eye on some of these young guns because they could be a potential. They could be in the lineup for the full 82 next season. So just looking into that.
Big win for the Oilers, 9-2 over the Sharks. McDavid picks up his 100th assist of the season, joining Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and the great Bobby Orr. 4 guys all-time have accomplished the feat. Could be 5 by the end of the week. Nikita Kucherov sitting on 99 assists. Absolutely incredible. McDavid looked excellent when he did play. The Oilers all over the Sharks, and they will look to continue the winning ways. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock puck drop. We're on the air at 6:30 p.m. for the Oil Stream presented by GCL Diesel. YouTube Trev has something very important that he wants to say. What do you got, big guy?
Just, are we finishing up here? Or is this okay, sweet.
We're going over. Like I told you, I said we're done at 11:05.
Can I quickly give the Damon Bunting player of the game?
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay. Let's do it. Do you also want to read the liner?
I don't have it on me. Oh, wait, do I?
All right, I'll read it. I send it to you every game.
Yeah. Oh, Damon Bunting is a consistent top-producing realtor in the Greater Edmonton and among Western Canadian RE/MAX realtors. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out on DamonBunting.com or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. Oh, okay. I was so confused. I was like, is he saying this right now? Oh, no. That's awesome. Okay, right on. Take it away, Trev. Okay, thank you for that, Tommy. It's no surprise tonight. It is going to Connor McDavid. Yeah, as we all... we witnessed history tonight. I know for myself, I don't know if, Nikita Kucherov is probably going to do it tomorrow. So I shouldn't say that it's never going to happen again, but it's been 30 years. So you never know when something like this is going to happen. So just because of that, I have to give it to the captain. I have to give it to Connor McDavid. And just to put in perspective how insane this is, in his second year, 82 games played, he finished that season with 30 goals, 70 assists, 100 points. He was the only player in that season to finish with 100 points. He won the Art Ross that year. So super impressive, and it's crazy to see how far he's come. He got 100 points that year, and he has 100 assists. He has 100, just 100 assists, not even including his goals. So super impressive what Connor McDavid's been able to do. And if you're an Oilers fan, you have to be lucky. Or well, you are lucky, but you just had to take it all in because these are moments. This is hockey history. So if you're a fan of hockey, we just watched it tonight. It was absolutely amazing. That is your Damon Bunting player of the game, Connor McDavid, at a B.
Nicely done, YouTube Trev. And with that, we say goodnight. It is the Oil Stream post-game show presented by GCL Diesel. Edmonton, 9-2 winners over San Jose. Huge thank you to everyone who watched on our EST YouTube channel and everyone who listened on either iHeartRadio, TuneIn, or, of course, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You know we love you and we appreciate you. That'll do it for YouTube Trev and Matt Kassian. I'm Tom Gazzola saying have a great night. We'll see you on Wednesday.